Hey folks, this is Dr. Dennis, the Wellness Doc, bringing you all things healthy for your mind, body, and soul. Let's get right to it. The topic of discussion today are my 5 top action steps for athletic motivation during the pandemic. Unfortunately, with everything that's going on, many athletes have not been able to compete for a long time, for many months, and some of them may not be able to compete for several more months. So the question that comes up is, how does one stay focused and motivated even though there aren't any games or events or competitions coming up? So number 1 on the list is embrace your faith, whatever that looks like for you, whatever religion you are. I will give you an example as a Christian. For me, it's the Holy Bible, and I have a daily devotional. And thirdly, I do online service and worship through Joel Osteen. Number 2 on the list is, as an athlete that wants to optimize performance and go further in their skill set than where they are, we need, I need, you need, we all need to find someone that we can relate to that's at a very high level, either at the Olympic or professional levels. And we need to study them and watch them often. My specific recommendation is to watch them before you have your training session and after. It's amazing how it gets implanted in our brains, and especially as athletes, we're able to watch and learn and then replicate. It's pretty tremendous how our processing center works. Number 3 on the list is to write down your short-term and long-term goals. If you have a hard time doing it, spend the few bucks to get this amazing book by Mr. Michael Johnson, 6-time gold medalist in track and field Olympian. The book is entitled Slaying the Dragon, and he just did an amazing job, step by step, how to write down your goals, and just phenomenal pictures of him throughout his journey to the top and his story of how initially weight training wasn't for him, and when he made it to the Division I level, collegiate level, he had to be able to compete. And it's a pretty awesome story of where he came from and where he ended up. Okay, so number 4 on the list is you need to create a team. And this team can be your friends, your teammates, classmates, family, or just acquaintances. It's people that you can trust, that you can tell them anything, where it's a safe environment. And also, they need to have the same goals that you have and dreams in relation to sports and the level of intensity that you want to achieve. Listen, folks, unfortunately, when it comes to the physical components and sports, the physical attributes, the jealous bug comes out. A lot of haters because everybody wants to be the best, but it doesn't work that way. And I'm sure you folks are aware of this, that it's a tiny percentage that ever makes it to the top levels, like the Olympics and professional levels of sports. So the key here is to be able to communicate, collaborate, encourage, and support this team that you have, because it's going to lead into step number 5, which is to visualize yourself, developing the skill set that you want, the level that you want to get to, and the way that you're going to get there the fastest is now every 5th session of training. So every week you're going to create mini events and mini competitions. The great thing is that we can all train outside, obviously if we have our social distancing, but there's no excuse not to be able to create these competitions and try to develop them so that they're as close to what your real competitions would be for whatever sport you're in, whether it's a race or a game or an event. That is key. And then you can designate someone as keeping a log, keeping a record, just like you would in the regular season. So create a mini season, and there needs to be a reward for the best at the end of a certain time. You can do it monthly, you can do it every 2 months, 3 months, and make it so that the value then is extremely high. And I truly suggest utilizing video. So if you can get someone to video you all training and even yourself so you can sit down and analyze it. That's what happens at the pro level, folks. How do I know I was there? At 22, I had 10 different coaches analyzing everything. Training on the ice, off the ice, and then giving positives and negatives and feedback consistently. That's how we learn. That's why professional Olympic athletes, number one, perform optimally, and number two, heal the fastest. So the concept, we can carry that over to us normal people, and the ones that are listening to this video that are still competing at a high level, there are no limits except what you put in your mind, but you have to back it up with consistency. And that is the difference between an amateur and a pro athlete. It's not necessarily the skill level, although that's part of it. Pro athletes can produce 24/7, 365. That's why they're getting paid. Amateur athletes are sporadic. They can develop into pros. So these are my 5 excellent performance steps, action steps that you all can take to stay motivated and focused during this challenging time. Remember, you will get your chance to compete again. And from the sacrifice motivational video on YouTube here, Dr. Eric Thomas, ET, and I love when he says that you may experience pain for a week, a month, even a year, but eventually it will be replaced with something incredible that will help you produce your legacy. And another component to this is Joel Osteen talks about there are seasons in our life. And just remember that this whole COVID thing, this is temporary. It's not going to be forever. So stay focused on your goal, because you never know when it's going to be time for you to show your skill set, show what you got. And me being a coach, I'd love to see all of you hit the top and stay there. God bless. This is Dr. Deniz, providing hope, support, encouragement, and specialized knowledge so that you can optimize your level of performance in your lives. If you like this video, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and please leave a comment. Just want to let you know I finished the 19th episode of my new podcast, Comprehensive Health and Wellness, on most hosting platforms. I will leave the link where? Down below. God bless everyone. Take care.